So look at this damage per second. Look at this DPS. Almost reaching 50. Oh, it's already beyond 50 million. 52 million. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Immortal Gaming. This is Megan Marvin, and we're now here for another video for Ragnarok Origin. And this hour, we're going to be looking at the Ranger. So recently, they have included the Ranger among the job classes that gained buffs from the recent balance patch that happened on the Taiwan server. Again, thank you to Sir Carlo or Blue Flame for lending me his character in the server. We're going to also be looking at why this character is somewhat, kind of a left of a third job class in the release, okay, among the release. Let's look at it on the training ground, okay? So the Ranger class has 3 builds, okay? The first one is the usual auto attack build. The second one is the aimed bolt build, or the Gale shot as what they call it. The third one is the Warg build, which is what makes the Ranger famous on the other Ragnarok platforms. So in terms of the auto attack build, the thing that they added here so that it would be better is the pure breeze or the breeze points, wherein, for it's a buff for 10 seconds. Your normal attacks fire at 2 additional times. So aside from it, you gain a couple of percentage damage bonus depending on the breeze points that you have, okay? So that is for the auto attack. So if we're going to be trying the auto attack, it's kind of an increased damage, but not that much. Not as big change as all of the other third job class. I mean, if you will be looking at it, it has a good damage, okay? A good damage, but not, not overwhelming or not, groundbreaking damage, okay? So the second build is the aim bolt. This one. And this is the advanced sharpshoot, okay? So in terms of the damage, it's really awesome. It's good. They have increased this to 2,000% multiplier. So in terms of the damage, it's still going to wreck things on large scale PvP. So it's really good, okay? So I think the only reason why people are not going for this is because of the damage, right? So in my opinion, the aim bolt is really good for large scale PvP. If you will be comparing it to the damage output of the Warg build really reigns supreme in terms of damage. So the downside now of the Warg build is it is melee. Considering that you are using dual hand weapon, which is the bow, which is technically you won't be needing when you are using a Warg build. You won't need the bow, you won't need the arrows, but then again, the bow, there is still also a bow released for the Ranger, particularly for the Warg build. You don't have shield, so that's one thing. The second thing is that when you ride your, when you ride your Warg, all you get is a little bit of movement speed and 30% HP, and that's it. So I'm not sure if you're going to be using that on large scale PvP, but on on small scale PvP, I think it's still good. It's still better. Okay, so the only thing is that it's not viable for Rangers. The word itself, Ranger, but you're gonna be melee there. Okay, so we are at aim bolt right now. Okay, aim bolt. Even on, let's see, on the Mythic Gear, is this at aim bolt? Oh, no, it's not. It's not at aim bolt, so we're going to be using the crab bow as of the moment. And let's see the damage, okay? In terms of the range, look at the range. That's so high, right? Okay, so this is versus a dummy that is neutral, okay? And the damage per second is not that high. Look at this. This one is already at 580,000. So let's see in terms of the attribute. Let's use wind so you could gain more damage, okay? So basically that's it. One of the reason why this is not good on you know, on MVPs, on dungeon bosses, it is mainly because the damage output is lackluster, okay? But on large scale PvP, I think this would be more preferable, so that you would stay away from the huge AoE the enemies are directing at your line or at your party, okay? So it's around 20M, and this is considering that we already have the attribute advantage. So we did not even look at the cards here, but it's okay, it's okay. Let's now look at the Warg build, and this is what will be the ones that people are using in you know, Juperos or on other dungeon bosses out there, like Temple of Nightmare. This is really great in DPS. So let's change this mythic gear to the Devil's Bow. So the Devil's Bow increases your HP, vitality. You have to have that because you need a lot of tankiness because it's gonna be melee. The Warg inherits the crit and the crit damage of your character, and every time that you crit, you summon a wolf to attack, okay? Up to 2 wolves, and that is happening on plus 15, and on plus 18 it gets more crit damage, and plus 10 or more crit damage. Let's change also our skill set to Warg. There you go. For the Warg, you can ride the Warg, right? So when you ride the Warg, you will have additional HP, you will have additional movement speed, you will have 30% attack and 30% more defense values, okay? Because it's melee, okay? So after that, you have this Warg Claw. Warg Claw is the one that you're going to be using most of the time. It's the spammable skill, okay? This one also inflicts bleed on the target. This one also inflicts injured status on the target. Then when you attack the injured status, you gain more wildness, as what they call. So this one gives you breeze, this one gives you wildness points, and when you reach maximum wild points, you get to stun the target, okay? And this one gives brings a lot of damage, and the Warg Strike is the main damage dealer. It deals more than 20 million damage, okay? Also gives you a lot of damage based on the number of bleed the target has. So we're not going to be using bleed here because maybe it, you know, kind of have a glitch on the dummy. So we're now going to be taking this block damage from certain conditions, and let's see right now. So let's ride the Warg, okay? There you go, and then we'll be attacking now. So let's go. Okay, so as you can see, the Warg Claw is the one that you can spam, okay? And then the Warg Bite is the secondary skill, and lastly, the Warg Strike is the AoE skill. So as you can see here, look at this, it has a higher DPS output, reaching 30 million here, okay? So this is what we call the wildness count. Every time that you deal 100 wildness, you can actually stun the target. And also gives out more damage depending on the bleeding, the number of bleeds on the target. Okay, so look at this, When you use, what are we using right now? Wind, okay, do we have an earth scroll? This is a wind scroll. Let's try water so that we could use the wind. Okay. And this one. Okay. There you go. So look at this damage per second. Look at this DPS. Almost reaching 50. Oh, it's already beyond 50 million. 52 million. Okay. But the downside here is that you are melee. But then again, if you're gonna be looking at the changes, okay, the changes whenever you stop riding. Okay, when you are not riding the warg, your HP is like this, okay, and your defense values, your attack. But when you ride the warg, okay, it's now, look at this, 30% more here, and higher defense, magic defense, and higher attack. Look at this. Look at this. 3,000 attack increase, okay? Let's now try it on the Kraken, okay? The usual MVP that we are using our tests on. Okay, look at this. Let's try to look at the damage. Okay. So it's going down. Not as fast as I thought it would be. Okay. Not as fast as I thought it would be. Because of the defense of the Kraken, right? Okay. Let's try it one more time. There you go. So, because I think that the warg build is the one that is going to be mostly used on PvE. But on grinding, you have to use ranged. It's always better to use ranged on grinding. There you go. Let's now try the aimed bolt. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So, it's like 1% per hit. Sometimes 2%. But it's slower. Definitely slower. Even with the arrow storm here. Maybe. With the arrow storm, it's better. But you have to. There's a casting time, or there's a channel time. Look at that. You stop attacking by the time that you use the arrow storm. I'm not that much into the arrow storm since it stops you from attacking. We haven't even killed the Kraken at the moment. Okay. Okay, so there you go. What do you think about the Ranger? What do you think about this? Are the buffs really good now, or is it still lackluster? In my opinion, it's kind of okay. It's not the thing that I'll be most likely be impressed if I'm gonna see it. It's an okay damage dealer. If you're gonna be using the warg, it's still good, very good on PvE, but on PvP, large scale, I don't feel it's kind of effective to use warg strike on large scale PvP, but in small scale, it's better, okay? So I think that's it. Kindly comment down below what do you think about this video, and thank you again to Sir Carlo or Blue Flame for lending me his character. And that's it. Thank you everybody for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. If you haven't liked this video, please do leave a like, share this to your friends, and click that bell notification button so you get notified every time I upload a new video, start a new stream, or a new content. That's it. See you again on the next video. Bye-bye! Now I found you.